Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we are going to be looking at another Puffin forest. Specifically, this episode is power balance issues, and I don't think there's any issues at all. I'm not saying that I'm the ass who would intentionally choose something broken because it could make everything go horribly blowy uppy. I would never say that. I would just heavily imply it. So you don't even have to really read between the lines, but as the giant neon sign flashing above the lines. If it ain't broken, break it. What does this mean for this video? It means I'm probably going to like it because one, it's Puffin Forest, and two, yeah. Mostly restating number one. I realized what I just said, and I realized also that I really shouldn't have. Oh god, I'm not going to remember that, will I? No, I won't. Yeah. It's a good thing I never say anything embarrassing. Ever. You guys know the drill, though. Link below, original video. You've hit it up? Good! Let's get started. Puffin. I don't know why, it seems necessary.
At first, I always thought power balance in tabletop RPGs was kind of a weird thing.
Yes.
I mean, why are players complaining about their cleric is too good at healing?
Yep.
You guys are on the same team. Act like it. I played cooperative board games before, like Pandemic, Dresden Files, Dead Panic, Dead of Winter.
There's a Dresden Files card game?
Zombies, Apocalypse, Zombicide, Black Plague. A lot of zombie games, come to think of it. I guess you could say there's an infestation. I'll let myself out now. Anyway, in cooperative board games, I've never had power balance be a big issue. So why is it a problem in cooperative RPGs? For that matter, why is the GM complaining about the power of the characters? You are literally more powerful than gods. You control fate and reality.
And you can lie about your roles.
So powerful, you do not have stats.
Yep.
But joking aside, I do think there are some legitimate problems here. So let's take a moment to deconstruct the issue. The first issue I'll talk about is the conflict that occurs between the players. Earlier I said that this problem doesn't usually happen between the players in a cooperative board game. And I think the reason is that there's usually some cognitive dissonance between the player and their own character in a board game because they were just
That's actually an interesting point.
Whereas in an RPG, they have to make their own. So what that
means
is
the emphasis on doing it and it feels cheated if someone else is more powerful and you're not. Okay, that makes more sense.
That must mean I built my character wrong.
Oh, it's
also,
the implicit implication you don't know what you're doing.
People play in order to feel powerful and be badass and grow their own character, and don't care at all about the narrative or working with the others at the table. All they care about is if someone is doing even more badass things, that it seems to take away their thunder.
Yeah.
Or if there's a PC that can do everything they can do, only better, then it makes the player feel like they're useless.
Yeah.
Often only one person in the group wants to be the hacker or the wheel, because they want to have a specialization that they own. However, because they have to work together to solve a problem, and if they're focused on their character being amazing, then the rest of the team is not going to help them, and that's a pretty toxic group to be playing in.
Yeah.
And it can just kill the narrative.
Unless you make that guy the villain playing against you.
When was the last time you saw an action or adventure movie
where
the
the
characters were just arguing about how awesome they were? I mean, where was that scene in Lord of the Rings where Legolas and Gimli spent the entire battle just bickering about who has the most kills? I mean, other than all those scenes where it did happen.
Yep.
Or like, what if in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 people were arguing about who gets the vial of the ship?
That happened a few times,
too. At least they were arguing in character.
Hell, that even happened in Avengers.
Part of the problem comes from what I like to call alpha gamers.
And now I'm thinking about...
I usually don't have a problem in my games with power gamers, per se. I think that if someone wants to have a capable character, I don't think that that's an issue. My problem is when I get an alpha gamer who is someone who wants to be the most damaging person in the group. And oh god, if you get two of those people at this table and they keep trying to one-up each other...
Oh god, the pissing contest.
Sucks. Oh my god. Legolas and Gimli were the alpha gamers. No wonder Sauron kept trying to kill them.
Oh god, you're
I classify power gamers into two groups. Good ones and bad ones.
It makes sense.
The good ones just view the game differently than I do. I, as a player, don't enjoy endlessly poring over splat books to optimize a build, but they do, and I can't really fault them for that. I appreciate that they like the challenge and will complain if the encounters are, quote, too easy. Then there's the bad ones. The whiners. I think the reason why people hate these power gamers is because these people are never happy. They whine that the encounters are not tailor-made for them. They whine that the enemies are not weak to their attacks. They complain about not having enough magic items. They complain about other people having too many magic items. These people will complain
Toxic.
about everything. I didn't play
Yeah.
this one game, but a friend did, where there was a paladin who was a whiner. This guy complained to the GM all the time.
Can't
the
he
GM
be
gave special
called
exceptions
out on
for
that
his
because he's
character
not
just
playing his
to get him
character?
to shut up. So he got to cast wizard spells, and also could backstab as a rogue, and also started off with more wealth than the rest of the other players combined, and extra stat points, and extra magic items, and also was still fucking whining. And the GM at the end of all this
Seriously?
was like, why is he still complaining? I gave him all these free things. And I'm like, you idiot, that's why he does it all the time. Also, am I the only GM
it's
who
a
had to deal with
strategy.
this issue? I had another weird situation
I
where
love how the
all
GM
of
was
my
always floating on
PCs had made tall characters, and all of them wanted to be known as the tallest one in the group. So
Really?
they kept making taller and taller characters until they were running around with these freakishly weird proportions. Like
Oh
10
my
foot
God,
tall,
really?
Rail thin, 100 pounds? I had half of a mind to start role-playing it as the village people are running around town when suddenly they notice several long shadows.
Oh
cast
god,
in
I can't believe he
darkness.
didn't.
They look to the setting sun to see several freakish abominations coming over the hill. Are they
If they wrote him
humans?
that way.
Elves? Perhaps they once were. Daddy, what's that? Get in the house, Junior. But what? I said get in the house. What do you mean I have disadvantage to persuade the blacksmith? I mean, even in single-player video games, you still have to balance the game. If there was an ability that instantly killed enemies for no cost,
that guy holding the gun
people
backwards?
would always
I think
use
he's
that
holding the gun
ability to the exclusion of everything else.
Oh, he
So,
shot the guy behind
I
him,
think
that's
balance
why.
among the classes is important so they don't invalidate each other. When a few options appear that are above the power curve, it makes it so that way those options always get chosen.
Magic?
Then there's power balance issues between the GM and the players. Usually if it's just a difficulty problem, the easiest solution is just to ramp up the challenge. And the DMG encounters are
Yeah?
scalable, so instead of running 2 medium difficulty monsters and 3 easy ones, you can
Oh,
run
you
2
mean if you want
hard
to be a
and 3
fair
medium.
GM?
The only challenge
Oh.
that comes in is when one of your players is trying to play the game on hard mode and the other player wants to play it on easy mode.
This
If
is
you
where
set
you
the
have a
difficulty
more
too high to
narrative
challenge one player, it
GM.
ends up with another player getting vaporized in a fight. Dungeons & Dragons is a mostly well-balanced game, at least out of the core rulebooks. I think the quadratic wizards, linear fighters, is a bit of an issue. The homebrew and supplemental stuff is hit and miss. Mostly miss. The big issue is that high-level Magic and D&D can be game-breaking, so you might have to ban some things. If your players are cutting out chunks of content they can't deal with, like scrying to figure out where the major villain is, or resurrecting someone who's supposed to be dead, or transmute the ending boss into a frog and drop him off a fucking cliff. I worked so hard for that finale, you asshole. Although in those
Transmuting
instances,
into a
it's
frog.
usually
We'll
my
have to
fault
remember
for
that
not
one.
designing the encounter
about
properly,
scry
or
and
not
frog?
changing the narrative to suit the player's decisions, or not letting them know up front what I'd allow. Overpowered characters is yet to be a serious problem for me, although I recently mostly GM 5th edition and had GM'd a little of 4th edition. 5th edition is pretty well balanced, while 4th edition was a game that was so finely balanced you could drop the motherfucker off a fucking skyscraper and that shit wouldn't so much as have a scratch.
Damn.
I have yet to come across the I ascended into godhood at level 4 problem. Power balance is never going to be an exact science. When people complain about balance in RPGs, I'm a little skeptical sometimes. After all, how can you really balance summoning an army of plague rats versus turning into a sky lizard? Do you just compare damage? What about defenses, HP?
Yeah, pretty much.
However, there's another Y factor that I haven't addressed
Rule of
that
cool?
some of you probably have been waiting for me to talk about. Role-playing. Sometimes imbalance can be
that works
used for
too.
good reasons for role-playing. For example, a paladin against undead and demons is going to be super effective. But it totally makes sense narratively, so many people don't mind. Or, that's a big part of the reason why a lot of people roll for stats, is to add realism or surprise to the game, so that all the characters are not cookie cutouts.
Seeing
And the
that many
imbalance is
ones
what
is
makes
painful.
it appealing. I mean,
Physically
I'm sure that's
painful.
why a lot of people roll for stats, and definitely not because rolling for stats statistically gives higher numbers than point buy. And people
Wait,
definitely
seriously?
wouldn't lie and opt to use one system or another purely due to them trying to make a Mary Sue who's good at everything, and definitely wouldn't get pissed off at other players at the table if they rolled high, and definitely wouldn't roll and roll and roll.
Oh,
until they
yeah,
got
because he
really
was the
high
power
stats and
gamer
write them down and
whiner.
beat up
Oh,
types of
yeah.
paperwork they would use on all their characters and
He's
carry
about
around
to
with them for
murder
10
the
years
freaking
because over the
paladin.
one day they got 3 18s. Definitely.
And that was Power Balance from Puffin Forest. Yeah, I pretty much agree with him on everything there, but... And this might just be showing a bit of my out of practice or never had practice versions of playing D&D. I did not know rolling actually statistically gave you a better chance at higher rolls, so I guess I need to start rolling characters. I'm not saying I'm the guy who would just take a random action like talking to people over a distance, like a minor psychic power that you can do as a free action, and a heap ton of charisma to make people do anything I want and abuse the hell out of it. But I'm not disagreeing that I will completely do that. I tried it once. It went horrible. I just rolled so well, though, that even though the GM was trying to get me to stop at every measure, and I ended up literally killing myself with an intentional bad roll, it worked out pretty well. Killed the boss. I mean, and my entire party. I literally killed my entire party. Not the boss. No. I killed my boss and the party. Yeah. Well, technically, I actually had to leave, but then the monster I actually summoned up because I massively crit failed and ended up killing everything. So it took him a while. It literally took him like an hour after I had literally left because I had to go. And the monster I actually summoned up had actually killed everyone. So technically, I won. Worth it. All the same though, everyone. Thanks for watching. And you guys, you hit the link. You did hit the link to the original Puffin Forest video? Good! In that case, you're welcome to watch the next video. Otherwise, you don't watch it, I watch it. And put it up for free afterwards. But then I watch it again. Yeah. It's going to be a reaction to a reaction of a video. Of a reaction. Reacception. Feel it should be like a dun-dun from Law & Order there. Weird. I'm being very loopy today. It's all the same, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.